10 years, a decade can change the world. After the clash at Marathon, the Persian threat didn't just vanish. It simmered, it grew, and it was about to boil over. A new Persian king, Xerxes, son of Darius, assembled an army of staggering proportions, a force so vast it was said to drink rivers dry. Their goal? Not just conquest, but the total subjugation of Greece. And as this tidal wave of men and steel swept south, all eyes turned to a narrow coastal pass, a choke point where a few might stand against many. This was Thermopylae, the Hot Gates. At the head of the Greek defense stood a king whose name would become legend, Leonidas of Sparta. He wasn't alone. He led his personal bodyguard, 300 of Sparta's finest men, who had already fathered sons to carry on their names. But the story often forgets the others. Thousands of Greeks from different city-states, Thespians, Thebans, and more allied to the cause. They knew the odds. They knew this wasn't a battle for survival in the conventional sense. This was a battle for something far more precious. Time. Time for the rest of Greece to mobilize, to prepare its navies and armies. Time to believe that the invincible could be bloodied. For 3 days, the impossible happened. The Greek phalanx, a wall of bronze shields and bristling spear points, held the narrow pass. Wave after wave of Persian infantry, including their elite guard, the Immortals, crashed against this living fortress and broke. The terrain was the Greeks' greatest ally, neutralizing the Persians' overwhelming numbers. Leonidas and his men used their superior training, discipline, and heavy armor to devastating effect. They were a perfectly coordinated machine of war, fighting with a ferocity that stunned the Persian host. Xerxes, watching from his throne, said to have leaped to his feet 3 times in terror and frustration as his best troops were cut down. But heroism alone couldn't hold the pass forever. A local man, seeking reward, revealed a hidden mountain path that would allow the Persians to outflank the Greek position. When Leonidas learned of the betrayal, he knew the end was near. He made a crucial decision. He dismissed the bulk of the allied Greek forces, ordering them to fall back and warn the others. But he, his 300 Spartans, and a contingent of brave Thespians who refused to leave, would stay. It would hold the line to the last man. Their fight was no longer for victory, but for glory and for the soul of Greece. They were buying that precious time with their very lives. In their final stand, surrounded and overwhelmed, they fought not with just spears and swords, but with their bare hands and teeth until the very last man fell. They lost the battle, but they won the war. Their sacrifice at Thermopylae became a rallying cry that echoed across Greece. It showed that the Persians were not gods, that they could be beaten. It galvanized the Greek city-states, fueling the resolve that would lead to the decisive naval victory at Salamis and the final land battle at Plataea. The stand at the Hot Gates wasn't just a military action, it was a statement. It demonstrated that the true strength of a people is not found in numbers or wealth, but in the unwavering courage of those willing to stand for their freedom, even in the face of certain death. The legacy of Leonidas and his warriors is a monument not of stone, but of valor, a story that has inspired generations. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this journey into the past, please like, subscribe, and join us for our next historical exploration.